This is a message to my competitors. Seeing you guys copy my ad scripts, copy my funnel, copy my offer, copy everything that you can possibly do about my business, just straight up steal it, word for word in most cases. And I wish you the best of luck, but realistically, it's probably never going to work out for you because all the stuff that you can't copy, all the stuff that, one, you don't see in my business, but two, is that you can probably assume is getting done by my massive team, dozens and dozens of people, is what's actually important. What's actually important isn't the word for word ad that I use, and to make sure you can say it the same exact way, to copy one of the pictures that my marketing team created. What's important is putting hundreds of thousands of dollars behind those ads to drive thousands and thousands of leads. And then you got to do something with those leads. You have to have a massive sales team with sales reps that can close $1 million or more per month in deals. And then you have to have an amazing client fulfillment team to actually do the work required for those clients. And that's what's actually really difficult. And I actually think that you're making a big mistake by trying to compete with me on one of my platforms, one of the platforms that I'm the best at, short form video. If you're making meta ads, Facebook, Instagram, directly ripping mine off, everyone else sees that. They understand that, oh, this is just like that ad from that bigger guy whose ads I see way more of, right? It's not giving you any kind of favor. You're not shortcutting anything substantial by copying those. And you can still do it. Like, by the way, feel free to keep ripping me off on all the ads. I just don't think it's going to be the success that you actually need. And so in this video, I wanted to tell you what I'd probably recommend doing instead if you wanted to have real success competing with me or competing alongside me. Trying to take my lunch or maybe do something tangentially related and have some kind of the financial success that I've had. So 2 recommendations. The first one is just to go onto any other platform and do the same thing. Do any platform that I'm not on. Do cold email outbound. Do LinkedIn. Do long form YouTube. I'm not even that big on long form YouTube yet. Do a blog. Do literally anything that I'm not already a master at. Any platform that I'm not planning on spending $1 million a month in advertising on next month, which excludes Instagram and Facebook, because those two, my marketing department has about $1.2 million in allocated ad spend for next month. It's going to be hard to compete. I'm going to drive up your ad costs. If we're making the same kind of ad, it's going to be really, really difficult. You're going to see your costs double next month. I would probably give up right now if I was you and put all of your marketing efforts into Google ads or literally anything else. But that's if you want to compete with me. And I've got another proposition that I think actually makes a lot more sense for a lot more of you. And it's to not compete with me. It's just join the team. We have an incredible team, and I would love for you to be a part of it. If you are extremely good at one specific thing, wouldn't you want to be in a higher leveraged position, doing only that specific thing very, very well? Maybe you have experience in copywriting. Maybe you have experience in marketing, building funnels, making videos, consulting on social media. I have tons of people that we have gotten from very successful agencies and brought them over, absorbed those companies essentially into our own. And now they're more financially successful than they ever have been before. And I get it. Like, I'm an entrepreneur as well. I totally understand the potential to make $50,000 a month. And by the way, I have people on my team making $50,000 a month. So it's not like by joining my team, you can't do that. But when have you done that? When was the last month that you did 30,000 even? How consistently have you done that before? Don't just look at the hypothetical number that you hope to one day reach. Maybe somehow you'll figure it out. Look at what your last 12 months of actual take-home money was. And don't look at that gross number. If you have to pay people out, if you have to compete with me on ads, you're going to lose half of it because you're inefficient. Look at what you actually take home and consider whether it's actually worth it. And then just apply for a job. Just interview with my recruiter. Look at our OTE. Look at our on-track earnings, how much money you potentially could make doing the same exact thing without all the mess, without all the uncertainty, without all the risk, just for someone else who already has it figured out and has a massive company behind him to be able to support you in doing your job extremely well. We've taken so many people from other agencies that maybe just didn't have the experience doing legal or doing sales, or maybe they just didn't have the budget. Like, honestly, it's really, really expensive. I would not wish this on most people. And if you're starting from scratch trying to compete with me when I'm years ahead, it's going to be so impossibly difficult. Like, just to be really honest, give you a little bit of context from my background, I didn't start from scratch. I started with 5 years of experience, but also an incredible war chest from all the stuff that I used to do before, working with companies like PayPal, Amazon, Fidelity, charging $20,000 for a 30-second reel. I was very well funded. I went into this business with $1 million to risk, just hoping to lose it so I can learn. And I did lose it. And then I went $500,000 further into the red. I lost so much money figuring this out from scratch. Like, I remember the time where I took on all that debt and I would go to the grocery store, get groceries for my wife and my son. I'd bring 5 credit cards with me because I wouldn't know which one would work. What a terrible time in my life. I don't want that for you. I don't want that for anyone. It's miserable. Why would you intentionally sign up for that when you know that there's an easier solution? There wasn't one for me. Honestly, there was no big agency that I really saw myself working for. There was no entrepreneur that was aspirational enough for me to want to be on that team, be led by, and learn from. But if that's me for you, thank you. I mean, what a cool thing for me to say is that I've been able to influence, your life like that. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching my videos. Let me also pay you. Come work for me. If you're starting from zero, hoping to bootstrap it, you just simply won't make it far enough or long enough. And that's totally fine. You don't actually have to compete to be really, really good at what you do. And I wish I learned this sooner. And just be honest, if I knew that there was another company like this where I could just join, climb the ranks, and make $50,000 a month like some of the people on my team do, man, it would have been so much easier. And then I could still start my business. I'm not telling you to never do it. I'm not telling you have to give up on your dreams. If that's your dream, to be a solopreneur, to really risk millions of dollars, actually, to put yourself through what it takes to do that, that's fine. You could still do that. But you know what would make it so much easier? You know what would have made my life easier, at least? Is working under a business that is very established. Spending years learning and earning from that business. Having that business fund my lifestyle. You could still take extravagant trips with $50,000 a month, $30,000 a month, $20,000 a month. Like, that's a lot of money. That's so much money. You could live so well for years while you learn, while you build up the skills, while you build up a massive war chest. And then, guess what? 5 years in, 10 years in, you can take all that money, put some aside so you're not actually risking it, so that you can still retire, at any point if you wanted to. But then use that to leverage your own business with all this new knowledge that you have acquired, that you have had me pay for you to learn over time with way less risk. I think way too many entrepreneurs these days, way too many kids these days, because you're a kid. You're a kid if you're watching this, and you know who I'm talking to. Way too many kids greatly underestimate the risk that it actually takes and the financial losses that come with assuming that risk. They've simply never experienced it before. And I don't wish you guys experience that when there's a very clear and proven path, being an employee, which I know isn't cool these days anymore, to just simply learn from a team that's very successful. I honestly am an employee myself of my own business. Like, yes, I'm the sole owner, I have all the equity share, but I'm an employee, and there are so many things that I don't know how to do better than my employees. I can't sell better than my best sales rep. I can't manage accounts better than my best account manager. I have to go to my sales lead before I implement any kind of sales changes to make sure that it's cool with them, because they are more in tune with the day-to-day of my sales team, just like I have to do that with my director of client experience. I have to run everything by different members of my team. I have direct reports that I go to because they're smarter than me, because they can be specialists. They can do that one thing over and over and over again, and that's their only job. And so they get to get really good at it. And man, if any of my employees ever do want to leave one day, I first, congratulate them for taking the risk, but I empower them to do so. It's an awesome thing to own your own business. But what's not awesome is taking all the risk with none of the knowledge behind it. I would never wish that upon my worst enemy. And so for all my competitors listening to this, totally get where you're coming from. Take the easy route. Apply for a job. Link down below. Leave it in the comments section. careers@viralcoach.com. Would love to pay you and have you learn while you do so.